Oh boy. So, this is going to be my review of The Predator. But, however, I'm not going to be doing a full-on spoiler review for this movie. I'm going to save that for Comic Universe, which is my other channel I do with my friends C-Dubs and Jay. And you guys can click the link below to go subscribe to that channel and check out my full-on spoiler review for the video.
Oh. To quote Comic Book Guy, worst movie ever.
I think my dad just quoted this movie perfectly. I wouldn't say worst movie ever, but you hated it.
I didn't hate it. It was just terrible. It was hideous, and I paid real money for it.
Well, digital money, but still.
Well, it was money, and I paid it, and now I don't have that money anymore that I could use for other things, like food or underwear. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm sad. I mean, like, can you detect like the sadness in my voice for this?
I could almost like taste
You
the
could
failure,
taste
the loss
the
loss of faith in
yeah.
humanity in
Yeah.
that.
It was bad. I wish they had resurrected Carl Weathers, or even perhaps to a lesser extent, one Jesse the Body Ventura. Wow. I'm trying to. I'm trying to.
Well, don't spoil anything. This is the non.
The non-spoiler. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say. What? I can't even make words. This movie is so bad, it's robbed me of my ability to make words. I guess, I mean, okay, you should go see it because, I mean, it's a Predator movie and it's big and loud and, you know, it's all of those things, but it just, yeah. Okay, well, good talk. So, if you get like a free thing to go to the movie, this would be the one to go see for free, for sure. And then anything else, I would totally. These are my pants. Anyway,
That's okay.
so gotta go. Thank you though. Appreciate the thing, and stop taking my pants.
I'm not taking. I thought those were mine.
No, for real, not your pants, my pants. Anyway, farewell, humans. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I gotta go. Also, I think the cat's in here.
No, she's not.
no.
Oh, there she
There
is.
she is. Yeah. Okay.
That's what happens if you leave the door open.
Yeah, well, alright. You and the cat have fun. Anyway, farewell, humans. Beam me up, Scotty, or whatever. I'm good. Don't edit this part out. I'll find out.
Well, 3 minutes of incoherent sentencing. Well, you wouldn't be on my channel this long without, expecting that much, right? So yeah, this movie, as you can tell from my father's words, it's really hard to piece together because this movie is really hard to piece together because this thing was, it's clearly obvious this thing was cut to all hell. This thing was sliced to goddamn pieces on the cutting room board. And I can understand, like, there were some reasons I can understand, like, they didn't want to be too funny. Also, the thing with Olivia Munn, identifying that sexual predator, kudos to, her on, talking about that and, having them get rid of that. But this movie, really suffers in any case. Editing-wise, this movie suffers bad from that. The whole thing about the predators and the hybridization, it's kind of alluded to, and I think and I have a feeling, like, if this movie doesn't do any better, like, they might pull a DC on us and give us, like, an original cut in some case. Like an actual true cut, like the Shane Black cut of that movie, because there was a lot more that they showed, like there were the Commando Predators, and there was more with Edward James Olmos. So I have a feeling if this movie doesn't do much better, because I hear it's faring in box office wise, it's faring pretty well box office wise, but yeah, the editing, this movie does not do well in that regard. Now, I will say that there is some great action and some pretty good kills. The Super Predator, or the the evolved Predator. It's a little MacGuffin-ish, but I will admit that, you know, I can't have a little grin on my face when it's going around slaughtering people Jason Voorhees style. And I can't be lying if I say I wouldn't want to see... I would love to see, and Dark Horse Comics would totally kill it at this, is have that type of Predator go head-to-head with a Xenomorph Queen or a Engineer from Prometheus. Because you killed it already with Fire and Stone. You had the Predator and Engineer throwdown. I want to see, like, that evolved Predator take on an Engineer, or better yet, Xenomorph Queen. That'd actually be really badass, you know. Get on that, guy. Get on that, Dark Horse. You'd probably salve it. Because this is one thing I've learned about Dark Horse, and it's funny, too, because Shane Black did talk about how a lot of the Dark Horse comics was an inspiration to this comic. But you don't see it here. Maybe in his cut, but you don't see it here. It's also funny, like, they also, like, in some of the interviews, like, you saw Keegan-Michael Key and some of the other cast members call them Yautja. So I was like, that's a neat little nod. It's nice to know Dark Horse is getting some love. But the characters are all fine, except Olivia Munn. I appreciate what she did in terms of ousting that sexual predator on set. But, yeah, Olivia Munn, she's just kind of boring to me as an actress. Imagine if you had, like, an older... Megan Fox. That's kind of what she is to me. She's just kind of boring. Boyd Holbrook's fine. Keegan-Michael Key and Thomas Jane, I think, are my two favorites. The rest of the loonies are fine, but those two are my favorites. I just like the back and forths between them. And maybe because it's the chemistry the two characters have. So I like that. I kind of dug that. The rest of the loonies are good. But again, this story kind of goes everywhere. Like, they do talk about how, and I'll talk about this more in the spoiler review, of McKenna, the main character's son, has autism, and there's one moment, I'll spoil this because I really got to talk about this. Like, I had this moment where I was like, are you kidding me right now? Are you serious? Where it's Halloween night, the kid has autism, and the mother is at home, and she let her son, who's not even, like, 13 or whatever, it's clear that he's still, like, 10 or something, go out alone on Halloween night, and are you fucking kidding me? No. That's bad parenting, 101. Like, I said out loud, are you fucking kidding me, in the theater. I mean, not out loud, like, totally out loud, because I didn't want to disturb anyone else out there, but still... Like, I had an audible, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, Jesus. Also, there, again, to go, and I hate to harp on the cuts, and I know that's a lot of it, but there are some scenes in here that make you go, well, what happened there? How'd they get those items? Or how did they get those? How'd they get that? Or how'd they get those? There are literally moments several times where my dad and I were watching this movie, and we're like, well, how did they get that from there and learn that from this? Again, I'll go deeper in my, a little more in-depth in my spoiler review, but, yeah. This, it's not the worst Predator movie. That title goes to AVP Requiem, and this does some interesting things here and there, but guys, this was not a good movie. I gotta be straight with you. And I was really pulling for this movie. I was really pulling for this movie to be, you know, really good as a Predator fan, and, you know, to see new Predator content on the big screen, since we haven't had that since 2010 with Predators. But this, guys, was not good. Like, even my friend Jason Voorhees 2011, he is a diehard Predator fan, and even he saw this before me, and he was like, dude, no. Like, they even bring in Jake Busey, who's the son of, Gary Busey, and he plays his dad's character's son in the movie. They do jack all with him. That's just a nice little reference. At least they're actually acknowledging Predator 2. And I gotta be straight with you guys, I really dig Predator 2. I really like Predator 2. So it was nice to have those little nods. I heard in some of the cut versions that that they acknowledge Predators as well, and possibly AVP Requiem, which I'm fine if you don't reference AVP Requiem. That movie can go fuck itself. But it would have been nice to see, like, I don't know how you could have done a reference to Predators, but sure. Anyway, so I know this is kind of an incoherent review, but guys, this was an incoherent movie half the time. So yeah, I will go a little more in depth of to why it's very incoherent in my spoiler review. So once again, you can hit the link below, and you guys can subscribe to Comic Universe. Every subscription there counts. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.